Hello everyone and welcome to your collective tarot guidance for the week of January 9th, 15th, 2023. Now, to begin basically the year, I intended other type of guidance, but a lot of people have been truly in unexpected ways, at least for me, unanticipated ways, being challenged by Black Moon Lilith, shifting, changing signs, where that anoretic degree of Cancer really activated her darkest emotional symbolism in so very many ways. And it's also basically triggering 0 degrees of Leo, where it's getting to the heart. And, I personally presumed that, that's the window of opportunity when we process it and we transmute it, from the end, 29 of Cancer, the emotional intensity, the blockage, us confronting with our truest, most honest, and deepest feelings. Now, after that moment happens, we slowly and surely find new energies, new mood, new vibe, a new opening, a new maybe sense of optimism, or we are simply opening ourselves to whatever it is that needs to kickstart our hearts after an emotional intensity, regardless of the cause. But, certain people can process the confrontation period more easily, while for others it's the 0 degrees of Leo are definitely not felt yet. So that anoretic Black Moon Lilith echoes more than I could have ever imagined. So to make everyone's journey just a tiny bit easier, I'll try to ask for guidance for this, how to clear this emotional intensity, and maybe a couple of inspiration themes, ideas, words for everyone out there. And I'll also be using a deck which is a bit dark, like Black Moon Lilith. But of course, we must never forget that Black Moon Lilith is not a real planet. It is basically a mathematical calculation to project the darker side of the moon, the darkest point. Not exactly sure how to put this in words, but you get what I mean. So a lunar, so it's highly emotional in her nature, and also, um, she is the prime female energy, one who is the most fierce mother, if you know what I mean, especially in the sign of Leo. Well, actually, even in the sign of Cancer, but in the sign of Cancer, that is where the fierceness, the fierce nature of the mother can be turned very quickly turn into toxicity, poison, where everything is symbolic, not necessarily mothers out there, because I am a mother to this present video, so you know what I mean. We're all mothers of something in our lives, regardless of gender. Even people who have like 90% predominant male energies in their lives charts, energies, whatever. Um, Even they are mothers too. Certain things, energies, thoughts, situations, reactions sometimes. So yeah, but Leo is a totally different energy than we had in Cancer. So in Leo, it's not the toxicity, it is basically the impulse. So after this being said, let us see the Ace of Wands reversed. Nine of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Seven of Wands. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay. The Hermit. Eight of Cups reversed. Queen of Wands. These are just I don't like all that much, too many courtship cards. Ten of Cups reversed. Nine of Cups reversed. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that different people out there are experiencing these kind of expressions of this energy. So usually this Ace of Wands reversed might go more for males rather than females, but of course this is so highly subjective, where this comes as a high frequency inner frustration that just doesn't leave you, where exactly the inner masculinity criticizes, or this is almost how it's felt, that why isn't the progress there? Now, needless to say, that the Ace of Wands reversed also represents that there was mountains of work for you to get where you are now, and not physical work. Of course, for many people that could be part of it, but the Ace of Wands is more like the willpower, the courage, doing the right thing, being the right person, that kind of moments, and lots of them, moments of courage, moments of more authenticity that you could be comfortable with. And as I said, regardless of your gender, all of these are kind of displays when we use masculine energies in a very balanced and veteran experience, like the veteran warrior way. But that also means that the mental, the intellectual, the air element specific masculine has expectations. And this is depicted by the Nine of Pentacles. So, we might be I've done all this work, yet I'm not exactly where I was supposed to be, or anything of this nature. So this is where the frustration kicks in. And this can be in anything. For example, a romantic relationship. Why isn't he or she all that happy, all that satisfied? Or why can't I do more for him or her? Am I not enough? So, and these don't have to have any kind of logical explanation. Really, they don't. This is also where Nine of Pentacles is a kind of hormonal energy as well, where it's just like this, and it doesn't have to have any logical reason. The Nine of Pentacles can also represent that there is a type of worth within you. For example, you know how dedicated you are to something, how good you are, how skilled you are, how talented you are. And this is not where it's something of a mindset. This is like concrete. This is like reality. As in facts. And it is what it is. You truly are all of that. It's not your opinion of you, vision of you, belief of you. It is just how things truly are. Nine of Pentacles. But this is where the Ace of Wands reversed says, but then why isn't that worth? This is where it's not necessarily about being reflected, but why isn't it elevating you to the desired state? If you know what I mean. It's more about the mood and state. You're not feeling something, you're not getting something is not satisfactory, or you're not having it yet. even if it is, it's not yours yet, and this is the cause of the frustration. Now, this can also be quite emotional, where you're working hard for something. Then this can also be, for example, to find a partner that you truly want to have a long-term future with, to settle, the partner, and things are happening in your love life, or that kind of life, and it's interesting, and it's all of that, because Nine of Pentacles, it's confirming self-worth. So you're beautiful, you're handsome, you're sexy, you're there, everything, but it doesn't make you happy, because you're not hearing this, getting it from the right person. I do believe this is the Ace of Wands reversed. But then we have the Four of Wands and the Seven of Wands. This might represent that something in your life is finally working out, but to keep it stable, to keep it, is so very hard and challenging. And you won't be able to keep your balance, stability, or whatever that's Four of Wands symbolizes. For example, relationship, a comfortable material situation, house, rent, um, business, something, and it simply means the flow of it. If Wheel of Fortune reversed, well, the Wheel of Fortune reversed can represent Mercury retrograde, simultaneously with Mars retrograde, that it does feel in many technical ways so unfortunate. Like, things come, no time to rest, no time to think, everything is chaos. The schedules are definitely not even there anymore. You gave up a long time ago, perhaps when this retrograde started. So it's quite challenging. It's not easy to keep the cool and the balance. And perhaps this is where the chaos is not just making it very, very difficult for you. You need to cope, you need to burn a lot of energy on coping, when that energy could be used in so very many delightful ways. The Hermit. Well, this means that even your reality is split into two. There are things that you are doing and you need to be there, you want to be there, you want to solve whatever that is, and usually Hermit is nitty gritty, technical, maybe 3D things, maybe Gemini things, even, as in this paperwork, that communication, what he, she, it uh, expects from me to be there, what the situation expects from me, what the job expects from me, what the project expects from me. All of these things are, they need to be there, really, if you know what I mean. So this is also hard work. And this is also where whatever else you might be feeling emotionally, but you also have to disconnect from the emotional realm when you're in this hermit phase. And this doesn't necessarily mean the loneliness, but rather an assumed loneliness, when you just have to be in all those other earthly things and do them. And do them with wisdom, do them with diligence, do them with brainstorming. And at the end of the day, every area of your life does require for you to embody your faith. So the hermit can also represent the correctness of which you're doing all these stuff, where even the nitty gritty, even that needs to kind of align with your highest principles. And this is not by choice, this is something that is just happening. You're in it, even if it's an inner expression. Then we have this Eight of Cups, no escapism. No escaping from neither from this hermit expression, neither from the emotional turmoil, neither from the Mercury retrograde. So there's no escaping. And but we can attempt, but it nothing will shut these expressions out. Queen of Wands. But there's also a side of you which is extraordinarily mature and resilient. And perhaps it is that side of you which needs to have rulership of your being, because that part is like a wise elder, like exactly the veteran warrior, but on the tactical phase, not in the heat of the battle, on the tactical phase. Patience, clear thinking, and not committing to any action until you do feel sure that you want to commit. Even if what you want to commit to offers great rewards, your inner timing. Sometimes I just don't want to do this now. Can I postpone? That's also a certain kind of wisdom, especially when you truly become aware of it, that this is not you wanting to trick yourself and escape or delay. This is authentic when simply you are not ready. And this can be an hour, a day, not something, I don't know, very long term, but do it when you're ready, when you feel ready, and don't do it when and let's say that sometimes it's the opposite, when you actually feel ready to do something and you're doing it because the time is now. But Mercury retrograde can come with blockages, inconveniences, late, you're late, the washing machine. Oh, I shouldn't say that, really. I shouldn't name anything like this. Electronic equipment malfunctions, and that should not deter you. That is not a sign from the universe that you should have to stop. That means you take care of it and still go forward if you feel that the time is now. And then we have these 9 of Cups reversed, 10 of Cups reversed, and 9 of Cups reversed. This means that fate is actually a little bit delayed. It feels like that, but how should I say this? Let's have clarifiers rather than. So we have the King of Cups and the King of Swords. Two kings. Okay. Nine of Wands. I get it. Okay, I get the picture. So this also has either a spiritual or alchemical side to it. Because, as I said, fate is a bit delayed. What does this mean? Well, either that something and you know it still has to enter your life, and you kind of know it. And you might even know it in a very, very practical way, because something is happening on this date, and that is what you're kind of waiting for, and you figured out with your means that is when fate completes, basically. Other people are waiting for something that either the divine insistently promised to them, either through dreams, or they had moments when synchronicity like truly exasperated them, until they kind of got the picture that the reason why it's so insistent is that it's kind of a promise to me, from the divine to me, a kind of a promise that something comes or something happens, I get here, there, this, or that. You're specific, but chances are it came also through dreams, through this and that. So, and the reason why the timing isn't there, well, on one hand, if it has something to do with the new year, well, new year astrologically is in March, kind of, at the spring equinox. Religiously speaking or culturally, new year means different dates for different continents and cultures, etc. So basically, maybe it's not New Year yet. And the other thing is that you can imagine, if this is at least tiny bit fated, and this should be a completion of something important to you, the Nine of Cups does suggest that, and the Ten of Cups represents the happy receiving of whatever that is. Well, you also need to be in a certain kind of mindset and emotional stillness, better said, to receive that as you should. So maybe everything is just a matter where the radio dial catches, symbolically speaking, of course, the right frequency, the right song, the song which complements the scenery and everything. And the Nine of Wands means that it's some kind of last minute karmic discharge. So the Three of Wands means it might have something to do either with travel, with someone visiting you, or with, an opening of either an opportunity or something like that. And of course, vision and perspective. Even if the opening means your vision has opened, do something, or your knowledge has brought you to a different vision, well, that means you are very, very close to it. So, this is where it's from a certain way a waiting game, in another way a fighting game where you need to make sure that you do not lose ground, you do not lose stability, because you have to work very hard to keep something in your life. That's part of it. Then there's the Hermit, where Mercury retrograde kind of knocks with all the issues that you need to take care of now. And you have to be there, and you have to be, kind of very lucid and very, very serious about those things. You know that you must let nothing escape your, basically, awareness. Jupiter, Wheel of Fortune reversed, that also means that, actually it means two things. For some people, it isn't all that much of a misfortune, but a personal paradigm shift. Like it or not, prepared or not, ready or not, surprise, surprise, one morning not so long ago, or even now, or even this week, you wake up and you're a bit different than you always were. And that will change basically everything. Routines, and for some people, it's as intense as that. For other people, this is where, as I said, whatever, inconveniences the system, and when I say the system, it is the physical construct of reality, can throw at us when it is under a certain kind of, let me choose a really good analogy here, like a server maintenance. When there is like a server maintenance and the server is not cut off, because basically that's the way they solved it. everyone knows that it's not cut off, but neither is it going to be working, not even at 50%. It's gonna be extraordinarily slow, clumsy, and there might be crashes. So this is to be expected. So it's not really the end of the world. It's supposed to be full of blockages right now, and we can overcome it, or we can use our diligence and patience and rationale to navigate through it. But we must not allow all these inconveniences to affect us emotionally, because emotionally we're already kind of hyped because of other energies. So this might be the guidance where we just need to fight very, very hard with everything that we have to keep as balanced as we can mental state, for it to not overthink, worry, fear, not 100%, but all of those to be in contained level. As stress as, oh my god, what kind of day I'm having, as, oh, I need 5 minutes now just to whatever. But after we go back and we can do it, we manage. But there is the emotional element as well, where emotions also have to be kind of still, as in no rage or no, even not great elation, just stillness if possible. Whatever is there is felt, is experienced, is acknowledged, but stillness means, okay, it's acknowledged, but let's not stir it. Let's keep it cool, because then we are surfing really the Mercury retrograde and all of the other energies. We're surfing. It's bumpy, but it's also, it can, like, I don't want to say fun, because I know I'll make a lot of people angry with that, because I know that some people right now are in situations, especially emotionally, where it's anything but not fun. But it's an adventure still, and let's not forget, as soon as we accept pain, I'm not necessarily saying embrace it, accept it, make it your own. As in, yes, this is my pain, and making it your own also means the Eight of Cups reverse. Stop running from it. Stop denying it. Stop thinking that you shouldn't be feeling it. Stop comparing that, well, him or her, my friend or this person, you know, well, they are so tough because they don't even flinch. But that's not accepting your pain, really. Accept this is me, this is my pain, it is what it is. Let no one and nothing come to me and tell me that whatever. This is my pain, and I'm solving it. When you are in the I'm solving it, then let people come to you and give you an opinion, a suggestion, perhaps. Because then it works. Because then you are owning your pain and you're being serious but also real about it. Real in a way that not exaggerating, not victimizing, not immersing into it, not becoming it, not giving yourself to it. Just, knowing that it's there and not escaping from it. When you are in that attitude, when others come to you, usually the advice is, even if you get two advices that are totally opposite to each other, you still get value from it, and it does actually help you. But when we do not want to accept it, then any advice that we might get and any help that might even come our way is a reflection also of just our own methodology. So it won't be ideal. This is what or actually this is the advice of my spirit guides, let's say. So thank you everyone for listening, and I'm wishing everyone, a lot of emotional strength, and let's be honest, the cure to everything, a lot of love, really a lot of love. Allow yourself to be loved, and even in these moments, what does Black Moon Lilith in Leo tell us? Because she is both the disease and the cure. Disease in anoretic cancer, but the cure in Zero Leo. Ask for love. This is so hard for some beings even to ask for love, but sometimes we have to take example from Black Moon Lilith in Leo, and who says that asking love is not just okay, but it connects people, it creates energies, it is much more constructive in certain cases than just surrendering blindly to inertia, just surrendering blindly even to fate, not rebelling and going against it. That's not what I'm saying. Being hopeful and taking small gestures, small action, because those are always the seeds that grow into true help and healing, even if fate says not yet. Whatever action we take in a honest and humble way, even if fate would not allow those actions to grow and flourish at the moment, they will not be forgotten and they will turn into beautiful karmic surprises. Anyway, but it also teaches us that if we drop the pride, because Black Moon Lilith can be seen as a female cat in Leo. And a female cat, well, let me put it this way. Perhaps she is the most expert creations of nature, better than humans 10 million times, at what to ask for love. Like, okay, not necessarily when they're in that period, but cats, even for in any mood and state, they just know how to ask for love. Regardless if they make acrobatic movements or display themselves in the most gracious possible way, even impossible way, they just mesmerizes, hypnotizes, even people who have a kind of repulsion to cats. The repulsion is exactly against the power of the cat, not necessarily the cat himself. And wise are those souls sometimes even to not connect to cat. But let's take that example. It's okay to ask for love, and many times you not only get what you ask for, but it gets everyone involved to certain places, situations, states, and wisdom and creational energy. And of course, the other expression, children, Leo, also know how to ask for love because they ask with such innocence that the only love that can come to them is unconditional one, or as pure, as beautiful, as childlike as they ask in the way they ask. So we must look at these energies as well, because Black Moon Lilith can also be magnetism. And children have such a great magnetism that adults just do what they want. Adults become sometimes literally their puppets. And I saw this so very many times in my life. And it's so much fun because, especially when the parents don't really realize it, how caught up they are, but the power of children, the power of their innocence. Innocence and innocent desire, innocent wish, innocent asking for something does actually get us places because innocence already makes the cosmic intelligence's very own type of innocence be mirrored. Innocence, translated into more mathematic terms, might be as it was always designed, something primal, something intact. So you can imagine that if reality manifests in all of our lives in a rather innocent way, it's all that much better for us, even if it doesn't meet expectations. It's the best building material for us to turn it into whatever we desire. So, yes, let's learn from this feline expression and everything that has to do with the power of love and us being able to conjure it up in our lives sometimes by simply asking. And needless to say, so many religious and holy texts kind of say the same thing. Ask and you are given. So, yes. So, thank you so much for all the love, all the support, all the generosity. And I do hope this helped you. Until next time, bye for now.